Yeah, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs reaction shows. And today we are going to react to another deal that was done in a Shark Tank. This is season 13, episode 2. I forget which number of pitch we're in, but let's see how the deal goes.
Next up is an apparel company focused on helping our oceans.
Hello, Sharks. My name's Mike LaMagna.
I'm Lauren LaMagna, and we're salty siblings from New England.
We're here seeking a $375,000 investment for 15% of our business, the Wharf Supply Company.
It's no secret that ocean plastics are one of the biggest environmental challenges of our generation.
Additionally, millions of pounds of oyster shells are discarded every year and end up in landfills, eventually turning toxic over time while contributing to global waste.
And that's why we're turning waste into wool.
We created the first fisherman's sweaters made from a soft blend of recycled oyster shells, recycled water bottles, and natural lamb's wool. Each sweater sold reseeds up to 30 oysters. To date, we've reseeded over 70,000 oysters, which naturally filter 3.5 million gallons of seawater in our local waterways every day.
Wow. By creating high quality and timeless garments that promote the use of recycled materials and that directly support reseeding coastal oyster reefs, we hope to reduce waste and clean up our waterways for the next generation.
So, Sharks, now that we've got a hook in the water, who's ready to take the bait?
This is a really nice sweater.
Thank you.
It is
Very good
really
quality.
nice, super soft. I mean, it really feels nice. It's got like a good weight, but also like something you'd want to put on. What's the percentage of the lamb's wool to the recycled?
It's 10% lamb's wool and 50% of our recycled material.
Really?
50%.
Yeah.
The other 40% is 20% nylon and 20% plant-based viscose.
So for those who don't know, one oyster filters how much water a day?
I'm glad you asked. People are floored to learn that 50 gallons of seawater per day are filtered by each oyster. I filmed a little experiment for you so you can see it with your own eyes. We filled 2 tanks with mucky seawater, placed 60 oysters in the tanks. If you'll notice by the end here, the tank on the right gets pretty clear. People are blown away.
That period of time.
For 2 hours, we put
That
them
was
in the
2
tank.
hours
It only
alone.
takes you 2 hours to clean that much?
For that
For that,
time lapse,
yeah.
yes.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Very
So,
nice.
what's your backstory?
Yeah, absolutely. After graduating, I moved back to Boston initially to work for one of the most successful e-commerce companies, Wayfair.
And I interned in New York City working for an entrepreneur who had co-founded fashion label Tory Burch, was hired as an associate. It was my dream job. Unfortunately, I got caught up in layoffs. And I just did what I knew how to do best. Go back and jump on lobster boats. And during those years, I looked around and I was floored at how much plastic and waste we'd pull out of the ocean. So I started thinking about launching my own business. So Wharf originally started at the end of 2016 with a handful of wax canvas and leather goods. We actually launched the sweater collection last year, 12 months ago.
So what do these things sell for? What are your margins?
So we have just under an 80% gross average margin. They
Wow.
cost us $23.50 to $33.50 to make, and we sell them for $128 to $158.
Dang.
You figured out your customer acquisition cost yet?
We have, right now we can acquire.
That probably didn't surprise most of y'all, but I ain't never paid over $150 for a sweater.
Customers for $41.
That's expensive.
$41.
Give me the last 3 years in sales.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about our pandemic pivot because it was a big
It's
part of our
never
story.
good when someone asks you how much you're selling and we get another
Change the
story.
subject, yeah.
In the last 12 months, we've sold $495,000.
And is it just the two of you running the company? Like, tell me, how is this operation being run?
It's the two of us. I mean, it's bootstrapped, nose to the grindstone, pounding down
You're
doors.
doing everything, though.
Mike
You're
likes to
doing
tell
everything
stories, doesn't he?
together.
Mike's the
I'll jump in.
storyteller, right?
He's Italian, I'm Italian. If we're not talking, we don't know what to do. But it's very much an all hands on deck kind of effort.
And are you 50-50 partners?
No, right now I own 100% of the company.
You
Michael.
do.
I do.
He does.
And what about Lauren?
I still have a full-time job, and I'm working on Wharf mornings, nights, and weekends right now.
Well, why doesn't Lauren have a percentage?
Why doesn't Lauren have a
I mean,
percentage?
There's a couple negotiations we can do in this room today.
Hey, who's the shark?
Hey, hang on, Mike. Just give me 1 second here. 375,000, 15%, $2.5 million valuation.
like he put on a hot spot.
495,000 in sales.
Wow,
I get
girl
the
ain't got no
story, that's really
percentage.
great, but it's a sweater business, okay? You're worth sort of one-time sales.
that. Hold on, y'all.
$375,000 valuation, 495,000 in sales. I get the oyster story, that's really great, but it's a sweater business, okay? You're worth sort of one-time sales. 375,000, I'd need to have like 75% of it.
We appreciate the offer, but that
I haven't
deal's
said
Right, he took it.
he didn't give an offer.
Mike, let me tell you, the valuation's insane. The company's not even worth 375,000 yet. You asked for too much money. I'm out.
We appreciate it, Mr. Wonderful. Thank you for your time.
You know, I mean, I'm really attracted to this because my daughter is 5 years old. You know, they asked all the kids in school, what do you want to be? And 2 of the kids say, I want to be a venture capitalist when I get older. My daughter said, I want to pick up trash. Interesting. Nothing against the hard-working men and women that clean up our cities. And I asked her, why do you want to pick up trash? And then she looked at me at 5 years old with those big, beautiful eyes and said, because I want to clean up the world, Daddy.
Oh.
Right? And so this is something I want to do. It's something that our kids need to understand. But the number is so much to wrap our heads around, and I would be making an uneducated decision and paying the most I could for it.
So we're
I
trying
have to pass.
With
I'm
that
out.
375. Oh, we appreciate your time, Damon.
I think it's really interesting. You do think that there's a gap in the market, don't you?
We do. I mean, we see ourselves becoming the face of the circular economy. We believe
that wasn't an opportunity for a speech. It was just a statement.
No, I'm just...
What I'm looking at now is there actually a market in that gap? Because I think what your mission and what you're trying to stand for is really great. How do you make this into a business?
Isn't there something bigger that you could be doing that would be helping the oceans in an even bigger way?
You don't like this business at all?
No.
We'd love to get there, and I think we're on the track to do that.
Let me ask the question a different way. Can you sell something that everybody can afford to buy so everybody can participate? A T-shirt that everybody can say, hey, I'm supporting conservation and reclamation of oysters and making the oceans better. There's got to be a path to scale.
Yes, and there is. So right now, what we've been talking to you guys about is our lamb's wool blend, but something that we're working on is a cotton and recycled material blend.
It's much more versatile than our wool blend, which is made to keep you warm.
Just tell me, can you sell a T-shirt for $29.95, make 60+% margins, and accomplish the same thing, and sell 5 million of them?
We think we can sell 5 million of these sweaters.
I'm out.
Right. Yeah.
We do appreciate your time,
You know
Mark.
what's a bummer? Mark's idea is a really great one because people care. His daughter cares. We all care, right? And we want to be able to do things.
I'll just say what I was going to say. You know, one of the first things that come to mind when Mark went out so quick is like, you're not answering my questions. And they've been saying that through the pitch. And I know when we watched the episode, the pitch could have been 2 hours long, and they have did some editing. But during the lead up into this line of questioning, they've always said, give me an answer. You're telling me a story. We don't really need the backstory. Give us the answer to the question that we asked. And with Mark asking that question and him steady trying to sell the sweaters, Mark asked him a very specific question. Can you sell a T-shirt that we can ramp up at a price that'll be comfortable for people to buy and we could sell a bunch of them? His response was, I think we could do that with the sweaters. We're not interested in that right now. We asked you a very particular question, and so something, that could kind of take people kind of out. Just be like, okay, you're not going to answer the question. It's going to be challenging to really talk with you to get the question answered. So let's just move on. But anyway, I'm just ranting.
And get behind things, but to Mark's point, in an affordable, inexpensive way, a T-shirt. And when he said, how about doing that? Can you tell me doing that? And if you had said to him, yes, I would have said, Mark, I want to join you. But you didn't.
Look at Michael.
But you didn't. It was the moment to jump in and say,
Yes.
yeah, you know what? It's a good idea. We'll figure it out.
But he
We'll make
didn't.
anything out of oyster
Unfortunately,
shells. That's
because
the
you
now
didn't.
you're talking,
Yeah,
but
I'm
And just as a disclaimer for me, I watch the shows, like I watch them while they're going on. And a lot of times I'm doing other stuff when I'm watching it. So I hear little things. So I don't know what's going to happen when I'm watching, when I'm doing a reaction on the show. I don't have a mind of knowing what they're going to say. I've seen it before for the old episodes, but just what I said.
So sorry.
Answer the question.
I know.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
it,
you for
Lori.
your time, Lori.
Look, I think you've come with a great
That's
product,
everybody.
a really, really good idea.
Once Mark
There's two
went
things
out.
I don't like about it. One is clearly the valuation. And the second thing, interestingly, is you haven't given any share to your sister,
That's
who I think
true.
is just about as passionate in this business as you are. So can you answer why that hasn't happened?
Honestly, Peter, we haven't even thought about it yet.
No,
Lauren's
she probably has.
put in the time.
Did you think
might
that
But
wanna
she
ask
made
Lauren
an
that,
excuse.
yeah.
Laura, would you take it if he offered you equity?
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Michael, are you going to offer her some equity?
Yes.
How much is she going to get? I'd like to see Michael's commitment. How much would you give her now?
This
Lauren,
is
what do you want?
interesting.
I'll take 10%.
That's it?
Done.
All right, we got a deal.
First of all, think about it. Take a minute and just think. But she has already, she kind of feels, I don't know if this is something that he plays into, but she feels that she don't deserve percentage yet because she's already spread across things. She says she works full time and there's some other things she does. That was the answer to when they asked her why doesn't she have percentages the first time they asked. And so then to get the question and ask for only 10%, maybe she's being fair. Maybe she knows she don't really do too much. She just wanted to kind of be a supporter here with him on the Shark Tank, and she probably don't do that much. So maybe she is being fair. But
Finally.
Great, you've just done a deal in the Shark Tank. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You might do another one because I'm going to make you an offer.
oh, I thought
hear
everybody
it.
was out.
I am able to help you sell this on a global basis in multiple markets. I've got a business I'm a major shareholder in, it's called Localize. We take even American brands and we put them into global markets. I'm going to offer you all of the money, that's $375,000. But I want 45% of the business.
They was only willing to give away the 15%. 375 for 15. He's saying 45.
4 sharks are out. Peter is interested in Lauren and Mike's recycled oyster sweater company, Wharf, but he wants a much bigger bite than the 15% they came in offering.
I'm going to offer you all of the money, that's $375,000, but I want 45% of the business.
Yowza! Whoa! The British are coming!
Yeah. No. That they are.
I think that's a hell of an offer because you don't have anything yet. You got oysters, you got some water bottles, you got nothing in sales. I mean,
You got a new partner. You did that deal. You lost 55% in 1 minute.
Your dream for having this business successful becomes reality the minute you say yes.
45%? Always counter.
Peter,
I
we'd,
think you
we'd love to have you join the family.
Great.
We appreciate the offer, but would
Is that
you
a deal?
He got to get to the
Would
question.
you
You got to get
consider
to the answer.
25%?
45 for 45?
To Kevin's point, this
But he
business
only-
today
they
is
only
worth
came
maybe
in
$300,000 to $500,000. That's the reality.
Wanna
And
give
my
away
business,
15.
we're the only company in the world. This is a big statement, but it's true. The only company in the world that could take a global brand and open them up in a localized market like Japan, Korea, and Asia in 30 days or less. That makes a very, very unique difference, and that's what I bring to the party.
I mean, 45%. You still owners. Well, he won't be a primary owner because he just gave away 10% to old girl if she take it and accepts it and all that good stuff. And so yeah, he just got dropped down in his percentage of ownership over his company. You want to be at that 51% if you're looking to maintain ownership over your company. That 51% is where you want to stay at. But even with him asking for 45, he gave away 10 to old girl, and so that's like
So there's no
No,
coming off
because
of
I just feel
45%?
that there's going to be a lot of work here. I'm not going to budge on that. It's my final offer. So
Probably should have said 40, maybe 40% instead of 45, so he could still have his percentage.
Lauren's made the decision on this one.
Peter, we really appreciate your offer, but it's more than we're willing to give up right now.
Good
Whoa!
for you guys. Good for you guys.
Oh, are you
Understandable.
kidding?
No, that's smart as hell.
We really appreciate everyone's advice and time today.
Good luck.
Well,
We
listen,
appreciate your
Peter just
feedback.
got you 10% of the company.
That's true.
Right?
We're walking away as winners.
you've done a deal. Well done.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
Good
We
luck,
appreciate
guys.
your time.
Congrats, guys. Good luck.
Wow.
Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content or if you like that pitch. But really, to sum it up, they walked in only willing to give away 15%. You know, and when he jumped to 45%, and sometimes you got to take that jump if you know you're in a tough spot where you stuck in marketing and some things. Sometimes some deals are good depending on the situation, and so you always want to keep the situation in mind based on what you need in order what you know your business, or maybe what you don't know your business need. But they weren't willing to give away, that 45%, and then he wouldn't be, owner. He wouldn't have that ownership anymore. So, I mean, Mark said, good deal. They were smart. You don't know what's going on. So, again, thank you so much for staying and watching with us, the DIY Entrepreneurs reaction shows. And today we reacted to the Shark Tank. So, please like and subscribe to the channel. It will really help us to grow, and I would really appreciate it. So, thank you so much.